I would now like to show you how to make an IAM or an assembly drawing of our shaft bearing parts 1 and 2. To do this, we need to create a brand new file. So we'll go up to our big orange iPro symbol, pull down menu, and we'll go to New. Upon doing that, we're going to look in our second column of file choices, and we're going to look for standard IAM. This abbreviation allows us now to create an assembly drawing. So let's go ahead and double click, and it brings up a blank screen. So we're now ready to begin. So with all our prior folders closed, we're going up now to the upper left hand corner, and we're going to select the Place menu. And by placing, we're now going to bring in a part that we already made, and that would be our shaft bearing part number 1. So we're going to now look for the file that you have it stored in. In this case, I have mine in my E drive. So I'm going to look for my shaft bearing part 1. And there we have it. So I'm going to double click, bring it up on the screen, and then I'm going to place it by clicking, and you'll see it's in 3D form. My next step is to bring in the remaining part that will sit on top. So I'll go to Place once again, and now I'm going to look for the top portion of our bearing. Make sure we have the correct folder. And it should look something like this, which is our part number 2. So for now, we're just going to drop it nearby. And we're now ready to place part 2 on top of part 1. And we're going to do this by going up to a command at the top of our screen called Constraint. Now, by going to Constraint, what it allows us to do is to pick edge A and then an edge B. Now it's ready to select edge A. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to come down and I'm going to pick an edge. So if you can see on the screen, I'm picking this edge on piece number 2. And then I'm going to come over where that would actually be sitting, and I'm going to place it on that edge. As you can see, it goes into place. Now, if you look real careful, due to our part sizes, our one inner dimension is 3.5, and our outer dimension, the next circle out, is 4.5 on the one, or 4 inches on one piece, 4 1/32 on the other, and that's going to allow for the parts to sort of float or fluctuate once a shaft diameter is placed inside. So if I pick OK, I still have the ability to constrain the edge on the inside to the other edge. And now, as you see, my 3-inch diameter inside lines up perfectly, and I can apply it. But since we do have an allowance, okay, you can see for this part to sit clearly, I have 1/64th on the one side and I have 1/64th on the other. And that's built into the project. So at that point, I'm going to save it, and that concludes applying the top piece to the bottom in the assembly.